Zenobia called me. You may have read, I don't know if any of you read the articles, but we had a rebuttal witness, a tattoo artist named Buddy Smoniak. And Buddy had, she testified, Miss Brandy testified, that Buddy was the sculptor who actually put the bottle together. So we were waiting for an investigator to go talk to him. The case was going to close on a Tuesday with no Monday trial. Zenobia emailed me and said, and she actually used the compound word that Joe was so fond of in talking about how slow the private investigator was. And you can ask me later what that compound adjective was, or Ronnie, or Cogdell, or anybody. She said, I'm going to go out and see him. So she goes out to Buddy's tattoo parlor with Vicky out in Pasadena, California. And she comes back and says, I think he'll talk, but he wants to talk to the client. So the next night, Danny and I go out. I call him Danny. And we go out, and we're hanging around the tattoo parlor, and here comes Buddy Smoniak, and he won't talk to us. He's really nice, and he's got a straight biker beard, kind of graying, just a very sweet guy. And takes us 3 hours, and we talk to him, and finally I realize what's bothering Buddy. He wants his wife there, and she comes, and she's very nice too. And he keeps saying, I'm just a little guy, I don't want trouble. And after 3 hours, it dawns on dumbass me, and I said, Buddy, you're afraid of getting sued, right? He said, yes. I said, you do know that Dan is the only person who can sue you. And he says, yes. I said, why don't we give you a release? So we scratch out a release, and he said, you think I'm your man, don't you? And I said, I know you are. You got things to say. Trial gets to an end. The other side closes, and I said, time out. We have a rebuttal witness. And put Buddy on the stand. And he was terrified ahead of time. He gets on the stand, and suddenly he gets into the role. He is so calm, and he's so credible. And his testimony, the first part was shocking enough. The second part put a nail in what was already their coffin. But he says that in 2009, she's in his tattoo parlor, Miss Brandy, and her boyfriend is getting a tattoo, and she already had a bunch. And he said she started talking about how she'd like to put together a product to show investors. She had the tequila, she didn't have a bottle. He said, I'm a sculptor, I can do that. She comes back a week later and brings a mold that she had been working with. It was made of some sort of wet clay, web clay it was called, and it was falling apart, and he couldn't work with it. And he said, look, Kim, I will be glad to create a bottle for you. Just let me do it. I can do this. I'm a sculptor. And she says, I've got a better idea. And she leaves and comes back in an hour and hands him the Crystal Head vodka bottle. And I said, what did she say to you? Because I'm very clever. And she said, he responds, she said, copy it. I said, oh, what? And then I hold up the bottles, and we've got Ka Tequila at one end, and we've got Crystal Head vodka at the other. He described exactly how he copied it and made a mold. And the long and short of it was, the Ka Tequila bottle is a derivative of the Crystal Head bottle. Yes. That would have been enough. I said, now, did you have a business relationship with Miss Brandy? Yes, I did. She was going to give me about a half a point to a point in royalties on the sale of her Ka Tequila. Did you get any money? No, he said, you know, I tried to find her after I made the bottle for her. I tried to find her, and I couldn't find her. And in 2010, I just said, to heck with it. It's not worth it. Life's too short. I said, have you heard from her anytime recently? He said, yes, last Tuesday. And I said, oh, that's shocking. Of course, I'd spent 6 hours with the guy already. And I said, what did she say? She said she called me and she said she felt that her treatment of me had brought her bad karma. In California, karma passes for vegetables. It passes for food. Everything has to do with karma. And she said, I want to make it right. Will you meet me? And I said, did you meet her? Yes. What time? 11:30 till 2. What did you talk about? Well, we talked about this lawsuit. What did she say? She said, I got to tell you, she said, I got on the stand and under oath I lied and said I'd never seen the Crystal Head bottle, and I gave you the fricking bottle. I said, did she say anything else? He said, yes. She said she wanted to make things right. And how did she want to make things right? He said, she gave me a check for $10,000. I said, was that to get rid of the bad karma? He said, no, that was to keep me from testifying. It actually had actual Perry Mason moments. I know I've gone on a very long time. If there's any questions, I'll take those if no one is leaving. So if you got, no, I said no one is leaving. Hey. Oh my God, Judge, you've forsaken me too, Judge? Oh my God. If anybody has a question, I'll take it. If not, we can end it on that. Thank you very much.